Today on Legally Us, Tom Girardi allegedly gave his mistress, Trisha A. Bigelow, $300,000 for a beach house with the firm's funds. And Erika Jayne reacts. And Shia LaBeouf exposes Olivia Wilde and says FKA Twigs saved his life after she sued the actor for relentless abuse and sexual battery. Plus, Armie Hammer's aunt reveals if he should face legal charges after he was accused of sexual assault. We've got that plus so much more on today's Legally Us. Hi, everyone, and welcome to Legally Us. I'm Christina, and of course, each and every week, I am joined by Nima Rahmani, a former federal prosecutor and president of West Coast Trial Lawyers. Hi, Nima, how are you?
Hi, Christina, doing great.
Good. Well, another week, another lawsuit, another legal bombshell from the Tom Girardi camp, and this time, he has been accused of giving Trisha A. Bigelow $300,000 in misused funds for a beach condo amid their alleged affair. Now, according to court documents obtained by the Los Angeles Times, Tom used settlement money intended for Girardi Keith's clients in the wire transfer back in 2015. Bigelow's lawyer told the outlet that the former judge was unaware that Tom was allegedly taking money from his clients. The outlet also reports that Erika Jayne was informed by this gift during her testimony earlier this month, and she said, "F me," before her legal team said that she shouldn't curse, adding that she did not know about this at all. Now, this comes to light the same day that Erika scored a win in her $5 million fraud lawsuit against Tom's former colleagues, which was filed back in 2020. Los Angeles Judge Richard Fernan found no evidence that Erika participated in any wrongdoing because she was sued for aiding and abetting Tom for his alleged crime. So a lot to unpack here. So what does this mean for Tom going forward?
This is all bad news for Tom Girardi. I mean, basically, all signs point to him. So the fact that he's not only stealing money from clients, but giving that money to his side girl, who happens to be a retired California appellate court justice, is a big problem.
Yeah. Now, is there a chance for Ms. Bigelow to be, implicated in this at all?
Potentially, because if you're a lawyer, especially a judge, you should know better. There's two types of lawyer bank accounts. There's expense accounts that are the lawyer's own money, but there's client trust accounts. And those monies, like the name implies, belong in part to the client. So if you're getting checks from your boyfriend from a client trust account, that's a huge red flag.
Does this look good for Erika Jayne, though, Erika Girardi? Because, Miss Bigelow didn't know about any wrongdoing, supposedly, and Erika supposedly didn't know about any wrongdoing. So does this look good for her?
It does, especially because some of the money is going to another woman. Yeah. A lot of folks thought that Tom was doing this because of Erika. And to the extent that Erika doesn't know, our money is going elsewhere. That is good news for Erika Jayne.
Right. And I mean, obviously, she just won this $5 million lawsuit. So, I mean, are people maybe going to start believing her when she said that she didn't know anything about this?
Big win for Erika Jayne. You know, she won summary judgment where a judge said that no reasonable juror can actually believe that she knew what Tom was doing. So to the extent that she can separate herself from her ex-husband, that bodes well for Erika.
So since Tom is suffering from dementia, is he not fit to stand trial? And so what does that mean for all of these victims, all this money that he allegedly stole from them? What does it mean for them? And how do they get that money back?
So there's a lot going on. Obviously, in the criminal case, Tom Girardi is under a conservatorship. So he has to be legally competent to stand trial. That means he has to be able to assist in his own defense. Probably not if he's under a conservatorship. But that's the criminal case. With respect to any civil case, we know that his former law firm Girardi and Keith has filed bankruptcy. So it's up to the receiver in bankruptcy court to gather all the assets. And hopefully there's enough to pay these victims back.
It's going to be messy, messy, messy. It really is. It's so sad. Well, moving on to this drama surrounding the upcoming movie, Don't Worry, Darling. We talked about Olivia Wilde and Jason Sudeikis in the past, but she spoke to Variety claiming that actor Shia LaBeouf was fired from her film because his process was not conducive to the ethos that she demands on her productions. Well, he later fired back, telling Variety that he quit the film due to lack of rehearsal time. Along with this email, he included a video of Olivia that Olivia allegedly sent to him back in August of 2020, basically begging him not to quit the film, stay on, we could figure this out. So in regards to that, I mean, does Shia have any legal grounds against her since he pretty much proved that she was lying?
Yeah, Olivia was lying, but if you listen to the statement, it's carefully worded and it basically implies that he was fired, but she really said that Shia sucks. So I think she walked a fine line. Maybe her lawyers were advising her. So I think she's going to be okay because she didn't specifically say that I fired Shia.
Right. Okay. So he sent Variety this video. Variety didn't put out the video, but it somehow leaked. Can Shia or Olivia take legal action against that? I mean, obviously, we don't know where the leak came from, but can they kind of go through that process and try to find that out?
Yeah, potentially. The video is great for Shia because basically Olivia is asking him to stay on. So that's why we know that her statement to Variety was misleading at best. With respect to the video, it really depends. Did Olivia know that Shia was recording her, right? California is a two-party state. That would be unlawful. And did Variety get it legitimately? If they got it from Shia, it was rightfully recorded, then there's no issues, right? But if it was unlawfully obtained, then that's a violation of both criminal law and grounds for a civil lawsuit as well.
Sure. So like if I record a video and I send it to you and you send that video to somebody else, even though I sent that to you, does that video technically become your property now?
Yeah, if you voluntarily provide a video. So for instance, we're recording this right now. Right. If you send it to other folks at Us Weekly, I've given consent to that recording. So I can't control where it goes. Now, if someone else is unlawfully recording us, or we record this and some third party comes in and obtains it, that's illegal. So really, it comes down to the expectation of privacy and what consent you give when you're dealing with a recording.
Got it. Interesting. So could this video or what's going on with all this drama that she has going on, could this be brought into her custody battle with Jason Sudeikis, showing maybe a judgment of character, and that could that possibly be in his favor?
Probably not. Look, if Olivia lied under oath at a deposition or a trial, absolutely. That shows she's a liar. But a statement made to, a magazine that has nothing to do with the family law case, I don't think a judge is going to let that in.
Got it. Well, Shia also made news this week because he seemingly credited his ex-girlfriend, FKA Twigs, for saving his life. Of course, this is after she publicly accused him of relentless abuse. She sued him for sexual battery, assault, and infliction of emotional distress back in December of 2020. She accused him of choking her, threatening to crash the car they were both in, and knowingly giving her an STD. He has denied her claim, saying that he is entitled to any relief or damages, that she is not entitled to any relief or damages whatsoever. Their trial is set for next April, and he admitted he's experienced a major perspective shift, which made him see that FKA Twigs actually saved his life. So it seems like he's almost on a little bit of a redemption tour. Does this help in his upcoming trial, or has the damage already been done for Shia?
Christian, I think this is one of those cases where the publicists and the lawyers are given legal advice. Obviously, this is good for Shia's reputation, but bad for his case. You don't want to be making these types of admissions when you're going to trial in a few months. So we'll see if that can be used against him in the civil case.
Right. Are lawyers being like, pump the brakes, Shia? You shouldn't be going around admitting to things that you've done.
Yeah, they're probably saying, keep your mouth shut, especially when this case is going to trial.
Yeah. I mean, in your opinion, what do you foresee happening to Shia once this trial does go to court?
I think he's likely going to settle it. And the reason is he's got to preserve his reputation. I mean, already this was so damaging. And if he's going to act again here in Hollywood, he can't have this dirty laundry aired. I mean, we saw what happened with Amber Heard, and she's probably not going to be hired anymore. So this is something that never looks good if you care about your reputation in the community.
Definitely. Something tells me that his career is over. Moving on to somebody else's career who's probably over, and that is Armie Hammer. His alleged sexual assault investigation did wrap up by the LAPD back in December, but it's still in the hands of the district attorney. So while it has been reported that he is unlikely to face charges, many will be told his story in the upcoming Discovery Plus docuseries House of Hammer. We actually spoke to Armie's aunt, Casey Hammer, who revealed whether or not she thinks her nephew should be prosecuted. Take a look. I mean, now in this time, do you think Armie should be prosecuted for what has happened to these women?
in all honesty, I think that anybody that commits crimes and involves other people and hurts them needs to be held accountable and needs, I believe in the justice system. So I'm hoping that, no matter what, that just by shining a light on it, one, it stops, and two, he has to answer for whatever the accusations or allegations, or, again, people don't make this up. When you listen to these women in the docuseries, it's real. You can feel the emotions. You can feel it through the camera, and it's powerful. I would hope that by shining a light and bringing it, that the justice system takes care of it however it sees fit. But again, it's not right. And yeah.
She thinks that, justice should prevail, but why is it taking so long for the DA to come to a decision in this case?
Christina, this is my hometown of LA, but I got to admit, the district attorney here, he can be pretty soft as George Gascon. So we're talking about a year and a half, right? It's March 2021, and nothing's been done. Time tends to be the friend of the criminal defendant. So I don't expect Armie Hammer to be prosecuted in this case.
Yeah. I mean, what exactly now are they investigating? Because the LAPD, they wrapped up their investigation. So what happens when it is handed over to the district attorney?
There's so much going on in this case, right? We talked about the sexual assault. There's physical battery, choking, allegations of maybe cannibalism, orgies with underage girls, drugs. So there's probably a lot to unpack here. And I'm sure we're going to see even more once the documentary comes out, I believe next week.
It's crazy. I've watched the first few episodes. It's insane. And it's really, really eye-opening. But like you said, there's orgies, there's, sexual assault. Why would he not be prosecuted in this case? Why would no charges be brought against him?
Well, Christina, he may. Politicians and prosecutors sometimes are the same, right? And the district attorney is going to be up for election in a couple of years. And we've seen in cases like R. Kelly, when these documentaries come out, that puts a lot of pressure on these prosecutors to act. So whether it's Free Britney or other kind of documentaries that have come out, maybe this newest documentary will actually cause criminal charges to be filed, but I think it's still unlikely.
Yeah, I mean, if you were Armie Hammer, would you be shaking in your boots right now?
Oh, this is going to be terrible for him. I mean, and not just him, going back to his grandfather's entire family is going to be exposed here. So usually it's not a good look when something like this drops.
No, I mean, it is crazy. Like you mentioned, the whole family has covered up many different types of crimes in the past, and that are all going to be exposed, from murder to how they've treated women. It's really a fascinating documentary. And, who knows, like you said, these documentaries have been used in cases to kind of push people along. And is there any chance that they were waiting for this documentary to come out to make their decision?
Yeah, they might. And there's some other ones, like Bob Durst was arrested before the last episode of The Jinx. Even Michael Jackson, he was prosecuted in large part because of a documentary that came out. So people shouldn't underestimate the importance of this type of investigative journalism when it comes to criminal prosecution.
So if the DA decided to move forward, there have been a lot of rumors that Armie is in the Cayman Islands, selling timeshares. Is there any chance that he could be extradited from the Cayman Islands?
Yes, the Cayman Islands, that's an extradition country. That's a good place to hide your money potentially, but not some place you want to be if you're going to be prosecuted.
So crazy. Well, Nima, thank you so much for running down everything in the legal world with me this week. I would love to know what everybody else thinks. Please let us know in the comments. Keep subscribing, and Nima and I will see you next week. Nima, thank you so much.
Thanks, everyone. See you next week.
Bye. For more news, content, and exclusive interviews, make sure to hit the sub, like, and bell button down below and visit usmagazine.com.